Hello everyone, my name is Nathan, you're watching Leviathan, and welcome to Calenture. I think that's how you pronounce it, not sure. Have no idea. But this is an interesting looking game. It's not a complete game. In the description of Game Jolt is where I got it. I'll leave a link in the description so you guys can go play it if you want. But they talked about how it's not a complete game, it's more of just a concept as of right now. But from what I could see, you're going to be trapped on a lifeboat with other people. And you're gonna have to decide who gets it and who lives and stuff, because you only have a certain amount of food and you're waiting for survival, and you have to make the hard decisions. And I think you have to work on relationships with other people to keep yourself from getting, thrown overboard or eaten. I don't know how drastic this is gonna go, but I like the art style, and the idea of it seemed really interesting. And wow, that's getting loud. Hold on a second. Let me. There. Oh. Whew. Not gonna kill myself with having it way too loud. But before I get into this, I was gonna have Orion New Dawn? Is that the space game? I can't remember the name of it now. I think it was Orion New Dawn or whatever. I was recording an episode of that before this, but it recorded at like 11 frames per second, so I don't think I'll be able to do another video of that game for a while now. For some reason, those game developers, their game they make Ark, Survival Evolved or whatever as well, and that game never ran for me either, and it just got worse and worse the more they updated it, and that's happening with this game as well. But so I'm not gonna be able to play that game probably for a while, but let's get into this. The good thing about that is that I was able to go on Game Jolt and search around to try to find something else to play, and we found this. So this might be a very interesting little story to go through, but let's get into this. Okay, argument. Florence talks about religion for hours. Arthur says religion is dumb. So we're already going in and making the decisions. Who am I? Am I one of these cool people here, or am I not really sitting there with them? Press Q to get a new event. Press U to hide and unhide the UI. That's pretty. That's pretty. Let me take a screenshot right there. Oh, it's so pretty. So pretty. Okay, let's get that back though. I don't know what these do. They're just -1. So we have to make decisions here, and they're going to be hard decisions to make. We have to decide who to agree with. So Florence thinks religion is great, and Arthur thinks it's dumb. So let's look at these people. Arthur is physically 10, hungry 4, and he has 2 food with him. But Florence, where is Florence? Physical 10, so she's same physical, and I'm assuming the physical isn't the strength of the character. It's not, I'm so physical, look at my muscles, which I don't have any, but I'm assuming it's just how much health they have. But she has a lot more food, and she's the same hungry, so we're gonna side with her because of that. And I think that's the way we're gonna have to play this game, is we're gonna have to look at it and be like, that person's got the most food, we want them to be here. At least I think that. Hopefully that's not how much food they need to eat to be not hungry. Okay, but we're gonna side with her. Florence smiles with approval, and Arthur mutters bitterly, "Oh, darn you for not agreeing with me. I'll feed you to the fishies." I'm assuming he's the captain. He looks like the captain. Okay, cool. What's our next decision? How do I... Oh, Q to get new event. Edward talks about baskets for hours. Arthur says baskets are really dumb. Arthur, my friend, it does appear that you have a continuation thing here. Do you just think everything that everyone else mentions is dumb? Is that just going to be the way this is? You're just going to be like, oh, well, that's dumb. He still only has 2 food. And he's arguing with Edward. And Edward, why are you talking about baskets? Are you a basket weaver? You look more like a college professor, but maybe he's the professor of basket weaving. But once again, he has 7 food. He only has 2. We are going to side with Edward. Edward smiles with approval, and Arthur mutters bitterly, "Oh, darn it, how dare you stop agreeing with me, or you better dare start agreeing with me." I don't know where I was going with that, but okay, new event. like I said, this is not a complete game, so what the final version will be, I have no idea, but it's a beautiful, I love the art style, really good looking, and the gameplay is not bad for right now, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they can do in the future with this concept. Food request. Edward asks Irene for some food. Okay, I can only wait for a response. I don't get what these are. They say -1 on them. So is that just, oh, you don't have a choice? Or will I actually get negative something if I choose that? So we have to wait for a response. Irene gives food to Edward. Oh, how nice of you, Irene. Okay. Food discovered. Can of ravioli floats by. Florence picks it up. Oh, great. We found some food. So I don't know if I'm actually on here. Because they talked about in the description of the game when I was reading it, they talked about, oh, you have to decide who gets thrown overboard and some stuff like that. They try to figure out, you know, who's going to live and who's not going to live. But they also said it may be you that dies. But I'm at least not pictured on the boat, I don't think. So I'm probably supposed to be there, but they just don't put you in there as a character. So, food discovered, blah, blah, blah. Ask Florence to share it equally with everyone. Ask it to give it to me. Ignore it. Ooh. Right now, let's ask if we can share it equally among us all. This is a survival situation. We have to work together if we think we're going to survive and make it through this. Why not? Have a bit, everyone. Ah, you're so nice, Irene. So nice. Wait, that was Irene or was it Florence? I don't know. Whoever they are, they're very nice. Food request. Florence asks Irene for some food. Wait for the response. Irene gives food to Florence. So, interesting. These people keep getting food, but their hunger is staying the same. Are you not eating the food that you're asking for? Are you just like, oh, can I have some food? Now let's just stockpile that with all my other food. Oh, great. Now I have 8 food. Oh, I'm going to survive forever. You're not going to survive at all. And that's like this guy. He has only 2 food. And I'm assuming that the hunger doesn't equal food. Like, you don't need 4 food to get rid of 4 hunger. Or maybe you do. I don't know. Maybe I should assume that you do. I don't know. Irene gives food to Florence. Cool. Argument. Edward talks about golf for hours. Irene says golf is really dumb. Oh, apparently that's the only response we have. One person talks about something for hours, and the other person's like, you know what? I think you're dumb. And even more, I think golf is dumb. Or whatever you're talking about. Whatever your argument is, because I totally forgot what you were talking about, because I wasn't listening. Take that. So, cool. Why am I having to agree with any of this? Can't I just sit there and be like, yes. You guys continue arguing on. But then again, listening to somebody talk about golf for hours is not the funnest thing. But once again, we'll use our same strategy we did before. Edward is... or Irene. Irene has 7 food. Edward has 8. Ooh, I'm sorry, Irene. You were very nice and shared so much to all of us. But we're gonna side with Edward. Edward smiles with approval, and Irene mutters bitterly, oh, how dare you! You know how much I hate golf! I can't stand listening to it. If I hear you talk about golf anymore, I'll push you overboard. Okay, food discovered. A soggy loaf of bread floats by. Irene picks it up. Oh, great. Oh, great. You're going to give me that decision now. She's going to pick it up right after I just insulted her and said, you know what, Irene? I love golf. And you can shove that up your butt. Okay. Let's get right into this. I'm not going to ask her to give it to me, but let's ask if she can share it with everyone. But a soggy loaf of bread doesn't really sound that delicious. And where are we in the ocean? Where there's just soggy pieces of bread floating by. Why not? Have a bit, everyone. Oh, she's very, very nice. She doesn't hold things too personally. This is interesting. There doesn't seem to be any real conflict as of yet. Food request. Irene asks you for some food. Ooh, do I have food? Does it tell me how much food I have? Give food to Irene. Deny food. Ask someone else to give her food. Sorry, I don't have any. See, this is where it is. I don't know. Oh. I was sitting here going like, oh, no, nobody I'm not on this boat. Right here in the corner, it says a player has 10, hunger 4, and 2 food. So I actually have some of the least amount of food. Me and Arthur were like shipping buddies here, though we hate each other, of course, because he's grumbled several times about a couple things, and I've been like, no, man, you're wrong. What you're talking about is dumb is actually pretty cool. But so we're about the same food-wise, but you know what? I'm going to be kind here because kindness pays off usually. Probably not this case. We're probably going to be swimming pretty soon here. But we're going to give some food to Irene. You give a Tauren witch consumes it with a thankful smile. What? Oh, it's just got blended together. You give food to Irene, which consumes it with a thankful smile. Which consumes it? She's not even a human? Oh no. Okay, but she consumes it. Okay, cool. I was just like, why is that one giant word? That doesn't look like a word. Okay, in any case, cool. We made her happy. But see, she just gained the food. Like all these people, whenever we give them food, they're just gaining it. But it's not like we're eating it. At least it doesn't appear. And hunger doesn't seem to be going... Actually, their hunger went down. Is my hunger going to start going up? Oh, great. Okay, something floats by. Can of ravioli floats by. You pick it up. Oh, thank you very much. Wait, food bottle floats by. Oh, Arthur picks it up. Why did I think I picked it up? Ask Arthur to share it equally among everyone. No, I found it. It's mine. Oh, that's not the voice I gave it to him. But I guess. Moving on. Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh, you're such a dick, Arthur. Food request. Arthur asked Irene for some food. Arthur, are you forgetting something here? You just picked up ravioli from the freaking water. No, my dear friend. This is not acceptable. And I still only have one. For some reason, I thought I picked it up again, once again. But I did not pick it up. It was Arthur. Wait for their response. Irene gives food to Arthur. Here you go, Arthur, though you're a grumpy old man, and I don't like you, but I will give you food. Okay. Food discovered. A soggy loaf of bread floats by. Florence picks it up. There must be like a truck carrying like food. A cargo ship carrying food in front of us that has like a broken cargo container and just like dumping out all this bread and stuff. And we're just like following it along, not realizing. Okay. Ask Florence to share it equally among everyone. Why not? Have a bit, everyone. You're nice too, Florence. Food request. Arthur asks you for some food. Sorry, I don't have any. Oh. Dude, you kind of were a jerk there. Oh man, I can't give him food because I only have one. I would do it, even though he's been the dick of the dick on this boat. So, sorry, I don't have any. Suspects you of lying, but you can see but can't see your food, and don't make a fuss about it. Okay. And doesn't make a fuss about it, I'm assuming. Okay. Something floats by. A soggy loaf of bread floats by. You pick it up. Yes! Okay. Share it equally among everyone. I will do so. Here you go. Have a bit, everyone. Yes, because I am a kind-hearted soul, and I share my food, I share my wealth, because I don't want to be thrown overboard. As the weaker-looking person in this boat, I don't want to be thrown overboard. I like how they don't really show who you are. That's kind of nice. Okay, something floats by. A bottle of water floats by. You pick it up. Cool. Once again, we'll share it with everyone. Here you go. Have a bit, everyone. Because I'm a kind-hearted gentleman. Food request. Florence asks Edward for some food. Wait for his response. Edward gives to Florence. The only one who has really denied is Arthur, because he's a stickler of an old sailor man who only wants to survive and doesn't care about anyone. Oh, me hearties, I will be the one that survives. Something floats by. A soggy loaf of bread floats by. You pick it up. Ooh. And once again, I will share it with everyone. Here you go. Have a bit, everyone. I'm just trying to be really kind to everyone. Wow, so we survived 7 days and we haven't had to make a tough decision yet. I thought this was going to be like super difficult. Something floats by. A bottle of water floats by. You pick it up. You know, I've been pretty nice to everyone, so I'm going to take it for myself. You take the bottle of water for yourself. Wait, why did my food vanish? I just picked up water. I mean, I know it's not food, but Argument. Arthur talks about politics for hours. Irene says politics are dumb. Well, Irene, you're probably right there. But, okay, Arthur or Irene. Oh, I'm agreeing with Irene. She has 7 food. Arthur has 2. Arthur, you can go jump off a boat and swim home if you want. Politics are dumb. And you're dumb too. Gotcha. Okay, Irene smiles with approval, and Arthur mutters bitterly, "Oh, you are not a nice little kid. I shall throw you overboard and watch you drown for fun." Food request. Florence asks Arthur for some food. Wait for his response. Arthur refuses to give food to Florence. Oh, I'm such a jerk. See, why are these people asking for food? They have so much food already. And I have 0. Am I going to be thrown overboard soon? Florence asks Arthur for some food. And Arthur, like the dick he is, probably says, "Oh, no, shove it up your ass." Arthur refuses to give food to Florence. Yep, see, I told you there. You guys were thinking, no, he's going to be nice. He's going to be nice and give some food, but no, he's a dick. Don't be confused by his charming, gruff features of a sailorman, of a ship captain. No, he's not nice. Food discovered. Can of ravioli floats by. Edward picks it up. Interesting. I'm seeing a pattern here. So we're following some sort of ship that was carrying water, bread, and ravioli. Not a bad combination, I guess. Ask Edward to share it equally among everyone. Why not? Have a bit, everyone. I'm a kind old man with crazy hair, but I'm not crazy at all, I promise you that. As Florence says baskets are really dumb. Well. Interesting. Baskets are quite dumb, Mr. Edward. But Florence has a lot of food, so, Arthur. Arthur talks about it. Ooh, Arthur. I didn't think you were a person to talk about baskets, especially since you were bashing them, like, what, 8 days ago? I can't believe you picked up a basket weaving hobby here that quickly. Arthur smiles with approval, and Florence, oh, darn it. I made a mistake. Mistakes were made. I did not mean to side with him. Okay, argument. Florence talks about philosophy for hours. Arthur says philosophy is really dumb. Arthur thinks a lot of things are dumb, but then again, Arthur, too, could be questionably chosen to be dumb. And let's see. We'll agree with Florence. Florence smiles with approval, and Arthur mutters bitterly. Of course he does. 10 days. I'm not sure if there's like a length of time we can survive and then we'll be rescued, or if it just go as long as you can. Because we could go for years here at this rate. Besides that, I'm like dying. Argument. Edward talks about history for hours. Irene says history is really dumb. Edward, of course, you're probably a history professor. And Irene, you guys are equal. Oh, I do love me some history. My favorite classes in college were history. So we're going to agree with Edward, though I like Irene. She looks cool. Edward smiles with approval, and Irene mutters bitterly. Food discovered. A bottle of water floats by. Irene picks it up. Ask Irene to share. Why not? Have a bit, everyone. See, she's so nice. You know, you're like, no, Irene, you're wrong. History is freaking awesome. And then she finds some food, or water in this case, and she's like, here, have some. I respect your opinion. Versus this dude over here who's like, oh, no, you need to admit that history is stupid. And you're like, no, it's not stupid. I will starve rather than admit that. And so you starve. It's a sad situation. Weather is dumb. I totally agree with you. Look at this. We're apparently here in the ocean, and we've had beautiful days this entire time. Which would actually be an interesting thing if there was storms too, and some of you guys lost food. I think that's actually something they should add in if they continue this into a full game. Is one, it needs to feel like there's actually consequences to my decisions. Because really, as of now, there hasn't been any. None of us has lost any health. I'm the only one out of food right now, and it hasn't harmed me at all, which I was really surprised at that. But, and so I think there needs to be some weather stuff. So the weather will change to a storm, and then some people lose food or stuff like that. Or maybe we even lose a person. Maybe they get knocked off. And then, so then it can change things a little bit more. Because right now, there doesn't seem to be any real um, things happening when I make a decision. There's no consequences to my decision. That's the word I was thinking of. Okay, cool. Florence talks about politics for hours. Arthur says politics are real dumb. We already did this. Blah, blah, blah. Actually, what we're going to do here, because we've been playing this for a while now, and nothing has happened. And I would go into this with the strategy to survive forever. But once again, I'm probably going to have to come to the end of this video pretty soon. I want to see what the consequences are and what can possibly happen if you make the wrong decisions and stuff. So let's click randomly here to see what will happen. Boom, 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 abadoop, boop, abadoop, bow. We're waiting for your response, and we're agreeing with Arthur on something. We're doing that because we're awesome, and we're negative points here. Oh, negative, negative, negative. See, the decisions need to have a little bit more weight to them, and the arguments need to have things where you actually want to decide with somebody, not only based on the argument itself, but also on who the person is that you're arguing with or is being argued with. Because here it's literally you only make your decision because you're like, oh, that person has a lot of food and the other person doesn't, so I'm going to side with this person. And in this case, I'm making I would almost never make decisions that would get me killed in that situation. So there needs to be stuff where it's like, oh, this person has a lot more food than everyone else, but I hate their argument, so I'm going to side with this other person. Once again, like, this is just stuff like, this is an idea of what a game could be. And, oh, I died. Sadness. So, yeah, whoa. Crazy. So, like, because none of the situations where I answered and I'm like, oh, let's look at who has the most food, who has this, really seemed like they'd ever lead me to this situation where people are losing health, losing food, and stuff to the point where we're all gonna die. And this doesn't make any sense here too. She was literally crazy there, arguing with the versions that she thinks are still around of us, and being like, oh, Arthur, you're such an idiot, you're a fool, and Arthur's not even there. And then I'm sitting there going like, yes, you're absolutely right. Arthur is a douchebag and a fool. And guess what? He's also a dick. But I'm not even there, which is crazy. And now nobody's there, and yet we're still talking to each other. I mean, can you see this? Wow. Oh man, that's crazy. As you can see, there's this game, once again, not really a game. I think in the description stuff, they actually like have game in like quotations, and they're like, you can't call this a game. It's just a idea of what we want to do. And because of that, that's why you can literally continue on forever. And look, the boat's going to survive for years. How long is the boat going to go without dying? So we're going to end this video here, though. I actually really like the concept of this. I really do. Like, it needs a lot of improvement. One thing, like I said, I've been talking about for the last few minutes here, is it needs some situations where weather might affect you, situations where the argument, you might go for somebody whose argument is better in your opinion versus somebody who just has more food, and vice versa. There might be a situation where you're like, oh, I need food, let's go with this person's argument. If they made it consequences a little bit more drastic and stuff, a little bit more dangerous to make the wrong choice, then it'd be a lot more interesting. Because this I probably could go 100 days and without dying and stuff if I answered the way I had been answering and stuff. Eventually I may have died, but there would have been somebody alive for 100 days. So, but I really like this. Like, the art is good looking, the idea is very interesting, and I really want to see something come out of this. So if you liked it, please feel free to leave a like or comment, let me know. I'll leave a link in the description once again, so if you guys want to go ahead and play it, you can find it there. And wow, if you have any other ideas of games, like I said, please put those in the comments, and I'll play those games too as well. Anything else? I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's do this again sometime. Bye! Friend! Where'd you go? It's warm in here. Can I rekindle? I wish to rekindle. No, apparently I can't rekindle. Darn it, we lost all our power. I was foolish, and I squandered the gift. I squandered the gift of the gods. Calenture. Calenture. Are we sure it's Calenture? Calenture. Calenture. I'm sure that's not how you pronounce it, but Calenture.